I need to inform you guys. You guys are too innocent. We have this. I have to tell you. Come on, guys. Let's react.
Pokemon Winds and Waves leaks just dropped, so we're gonna cover all of them in this video, man. We got some new regional forms / possibly convergent Pokemon. We got the exact number of how many new Pokemon and new forms are gonna be in the Pokemon Winds and Waves Pokedex.
Okay.
Also some other bits of info. So we got lots of hype stuff to cover in this video, but real quick, like always, before we get into it, man, I'm trying to hit 40k subscribers on the channel. So if you guys don't mind helping me,
I'm trying to hit 50,
so
but that ain't gonna happen.
Let's get into it. So Central Leaks has a summary here of some of the big info that we got. It says Pokemon Winds and Waves potential massive leak. The games will have the highest amount of new Pokemon ever.
300. God dang!
Talked about is around 300 new Pokemon / forms.
God
Now,
dang.
I just want to make sure that you guys understand. He's not talking about 300 brand new species of Pokemon, but that number is talking about new Pokemon as well as new forms of Pokemon. So that includes the new battle gimmick, I'm sure. Not to mention regional forms, convergent forms, that kind of thing. But don't get me wrong, 300 of those is an absolutely massive number. Like, we haven't seen anything close to that, even including new forms and stuff like that in any other Pokemon game in history, you know what I'm saying? So that is still a high number. Currently, the most brand new Pokemon ever introduced into a new Pokedex in a new generation was in Pokemon Black and White, where we got 156 brand new Pokemon. But going on with the new forms, Central adds here that the new battle mechanic will introduce special weather forms for some Pokemon. Think Mega Evolutions and Gigantamax Pokemon. And this part right here at the bottom, Central basically just says that he's heard a similar number of new Pokemon and forms from other credible sources, so this definitely seems like it is highly likely to be real. But he does, of course, warn you guys just to take this all with a grain of salt. I would say the same thing. I think if it is coming from a legit source, then this could definitely be happening. And then Light says here, just to put the rumored 307 new Pokemon / forms placeholders for Winds and Waves into perspective.
Let's count. Gen 1 is 151, okay? We all knew that. Gen 2, 127. Did not know that. Gen 3, 141. Did not know that. Gen 4, 140. Okay, so Gen 1 is in the lead. Gen 5, 177. So that's second. First. 122. Okay. Second. Third. First. And then second, third, fourth. And then Gen 8 would be second. Gen 7 would be third. Gen 5 would be fourth. Gen 3 would be fifth. And then Gen 1 would be sixth. Okay, and then okay.
It sounds like a huge number, but maybe not as crazy as it first appears. When Generation 8 alone introduced 219 new Pokemon / forms, which of course we can't deny that 307 is a lot higher of a number than 219.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, it makes sense. In Generation 8.
307 minus 217. 8 1 100. Hold on. So 307 minus. Hold on. Let's go back a little.
Is a lot higher.
219. Okay. 7 minus 2, that equals, or 7 minus 9, that equals 2. 0 minus 1 is 1. And then 1, or 3 minus 2 equals 1. So it has to be 112. So only 112 more. That's insane. If my math's wrong, just tell me in the comments.
It makes sense in Generation 8 when you take into account like all the new Gigantamax forms, on top of the new regional variants, convergent Pokemon, and all the brand new Pokemon in that Pokedex. That does add up pretty high, you know what I'm saying? And he does say right here that his calculation includes new Pokemon, evolutions, regional forms, convergent species. So he's talking about like quite literally every single possible form of a Pokemon. So I guess maybe it is possible that in the Winds and Waves Pokedex there could be a Pokemon that's the same Pokemon that has a bunch of different, I guess you could say, cosmetic forms.
Yo, it's the Angry Bird. Yeah, the Angry Bird.
Pokemon. So I guess maybe it is possible that in the Winds and Waves Pokedex there could be a Pokemon that's the same Pokemon that has a bunch of different, I guess you could say.
Guys, if I had a Nintendo Switch 2, I would definitely pick the bird. I'm gonna call him Frisbee. I'm gonna throw him around.
Cosmetic forms, but it still is fundamentally the exact same Pokemon. So that's
a lot of fun.
Like Centro says here, the new battle mechanic will introduce special weather forms for some Pokemon, just like Mega Evolutions and Gigantamax forms. So it will be interesting to see what the exact number of these new forms is going to be, because if it's going to be like 50 or something, then we could probably count on there being at least 50 other regional forms or convergent Pokemon in this game.
I don't like the forms.
If something like that would be the case, then that also verifies the previous leak that we had saying that this game's Pokedex was going to have over 200 brand new Pokemon, which again, the Unova Pokedex is currently the highest amount of new Pokemon ever introduced. So us getting 200 brand new Pokemon in this game would still be an absolutely huge number. But next I want to talk about this. This part is crazy. So he says new Pokemon, Winds and Waves, potential leak / rumor.
I'm sorry. Huh? I thought he was a water type. What do you mean he's ice psychic? Huh?
We'll get an ice / psychic type regional form. Now we've had other leaks saying that it might be a convergent Pokemon, so it could be a brand new Pokemon entirely, kind of like Toadstool, you know what I'm saying? They look exactly like Tentacool and Tentacruel, but it is actually a different species of Pokemon entirely. We don't actually know which one of those two options the Psyduck could be, but here it says it will also get 2 brand new regional evolutions, thus turning it into a 3-stage line. Now again, we don't know if that means that it's going to be a brand new convergent species, or if just the regional variant will get
Psyduck!
Like, based on this info right here, out of those
Psyduck is the one that gets a headache. What do you mean? It's supposed to be Psyduck. and then Golduck. It isn't supposed to be a third. It's 2.
It's definitely a convergent Pokemon. Would make more sense, because I don't think it would make a lot of sense to have a Psyduck regional variant with good evolutions. Normal Psyduck doesn't get anything. In my opinion, that doesn't make sense. And I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of any other time they've done something.
Wait a minute, I have a theory. This right here is gonna be the legendary. Like, look, it looks like a dragon. Like, right there. I have a theory for that.
But if I'm wrong, I'm sure you guys are going to light me up in the comments. And this right here is probably what you guys have been waiting for. Now, me and my bro Fundoris made this Ice-type Psyduck based on that leak for Pokemon Winds and Waves. And we just went pretty clean with this design, honestly. We got the icicles on his head and on his arms and stuff like that. We didn't really incorporate any Psychic-type elements to this guy, I can't even lie. But that's a lot easier said than done. I feel like it's pretty tough to actually come up with stuff for the Psychic-type. But we thought this was pretty cool. And we kind of figured that if that leak is actually real, then when we see it in-game, it's probably going to look something like this one.
Now we try to give this guy some personality with some ice.
Man, shut up!
Head top and some ice on his arms as well. I was thinking about making his hands, like his paws, also be ice. Kind of looking like Wolverine, but I kind of felt like that might be a little too much. So we went with a more little simple design.
It's kind of icy.
In general is just quite simple. Bro is just yellow. He's just a pretty thick looking duck. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted that same element, but just with ice. Making him kind of like a white with blue color combo. Originally we made him blue, but we totally forgot that his shiny form is is already blue, so that wouldn't make sense.
And then this was another sick convergent
Ooh, I like
concept that I
that.
found for this possible ice-type
I like
Psyduck
it.
from the league. Now, I know this is a simple design, but you look at a Pokemon like Toadscruel, it looks
Ew,
very
I hate
simple as well. Just a
Toadscruel.
color change and that kind of thing to kind of, I guess,
It
suit the
looked
theme
like he
of what they're
peed
going
his
for with that variant better. So I think if
tentacle.
it looks something like this, it would work pretty well. And we've also got a massive leak or rumor kind of floating around right now saying that we're going to get an evolution for the male Salandit that's going to be a poison dragon type.
No, 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 no.
Komodo dragon. And that rumor
No.
for the poison dragon type Komodo dragon Pokemon has been floating around for months and months now, except it seems like now people are saying it's going to be this male Salandit evolution. And I think that would actually make sense and be pretty hype. And a lot of people think we're also going to get the Salandit.
Please stop with all the theories.
First off, some kind of a dragon poison
This ain't
type
a
Salandit
game
that looks
theory.
something like this. I think would be pretty sick. I love how it's got the blue and purple accent colors to kind of represent the poison and the dragon type.
I
think
hate
pretty
this
clean. And then
game.
this right here would be the evolution. And I think this
Ooh, I
looks
like that,
crazy.
actually.
Now, I know
Never
this design
mind.
specifically isn't a
I love
Komodo dragon,
this.
but I still wanted to talk about it because, I mean, it would represent a poison and a dragon type pretty well.
Oh.
Another W design right here, very well done. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about the leaks that we talked about in this video, and also let us know what you think about that Psyduck that we designed down below in the
I don't like the
comments. Also,
Psyduck.
if
I
you're a real
hate
one watching this
Psyduck.
far in the video, comment the word freeze down below. Just
I
helps me see
don't
how many
like
of you guys are
Psyduck.
sticking around to the end.
I
If you made it
still
this far,
don't.
shout out to you, bro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
And I won't.
Peace.
Okay. So, obviously, we, I don't know what to say for that. Oh, frick. I guess I liked it. I don't know. But anyways, let's see what you guys want. Let's see it. Also, right here, YouTube Create. That's where I edit. Okay, it's a really good editing tool if you're a YouTuber. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.